Finding yourself stuck in a commercial lease that no longer works for your business can be a significant challenge. Whether your company is downsizing, relocating, or facing financial difficulties, understanding your options for exiting a lease is crucial. Today we're examining two popular strategies: lease buyouts and subletting. Which option makes more financial and practical sense for your situation? Commercial tenants typically have several exit strategies available. These include early termination if your lease permits it, subleasing or assigning your lease to another party, or negotiating a complete lease buyout with your landlord. Before deciding on an exit strategy, you need to consider several factors. Which option makes the most financial sense? What does your lease agreement actually allow? And what kind of market conditions are you facing? Let's start with early termination. This is often the simplest solution if your lease includes this provision. These clauses might be hidden in side letters, addenda, or exhibits to your main lease agreement. If you find such a clause, review it carefully to determine if the terms are reasonable given current market conditions. When early termination isn't an option, many tenants turn to subletting. Subletting allows you as the original tenant to lease part or all of your space to another party, known as the sublease. The important distinction here is that you remain legally responsible for fulfilling all lease obligations to the landlord. Subletting offers several advantages. It can generate rental income during periods when you don't need the space. It also gives you the option to return to the space later if your business situation changes. This makes subletting particularly useful during temporary downturns or when resizing your operations. However, subletting comes with drawbacks. Since you remain liable for the lease, any violations by your sublessee ultimately fall on you. Most commercial leases also require landlord approval for subletting arrangements. Additionally, you'll need to manage your sublessee, which creates an administrative burden you might prefer to avoid. The alternative to subletting is a lease buyout. This involves negotiating a lump sum payment to your landlord in exchange for terminating the lease early. Unlike subletting, a buyout results in a clean break, with no further responsibility to the landlord. A buyout provides immediate and complete release from all lease obligations. It eliminates the complexity of managing a sublease and is particularly useful when permanently relocating or exiting a market entirely. The main disadvantage of a lease buyout is the cost. Buyouts can be expensive, especially in markets that favor landlords. The negotiation process can be challenging if your landlord isn't motivated to release you. And since buyouts aren't always outlined in the original lease, they require additional legal agreements. The financial aspects of a buyout vary widely based on market conditions. In a strong economy, negotiations might start with the tenant paying 50 cents on the dollar of remaining rent. In a soft economy, tenants often pay closer to their full remaining rent obligation, with only a small discount to calculate present value. How do you choose between these options? If you're downsizing but might want to return to the space later, subletting could be preferable. If you're permanently exiting the market or can't find a suitable subtenant, a lease buyout offers a cleaner exit. Always review your lease carefully for clauses related to subleasing, assignments, and early termination penalties. Market conditions play a crucial role too. Strong tenant markets make subletting easier, while weaker markets might favor buyouts. Both options carry legal and financial risks. A lease buyout typically requires a large one-time payment. Subletting income might not cover your full rent, especially if market rates have declined. You might also incur costs for marketing the space and making tenant improvements. From a legal perspective, buyout agreements must be thoroughly drafted to protect both parties. With subletting, you remain responsible for the lease unless you secure a novation, which legally releases you from obligations. To mitigate these risks, conduct a market analysis before proposing either option. Use clear, enforceable language in any agreement. Try to negotiate for a novation if possible when transferring the lease. And most importantly, involve legal counsel to navigate the complexities of local laws and lease nuances. Understanding the differences between lease buyouts and subletting is essential for making an informed decision about your commercial lease. While subletting allows you to maintain control over the lease while generating income, a lease buyout provides a complete release, but often at a higher cost. Consider your specific business needs, market conditions, and lease terms carefully before deciding which path to take. Consulting with both real estate advisors and attorneys can help you assess the financial and legal consequences of each strategy and negotiate the most favorable outcome.